let's talk about first fruits. Some of you may have heard this stuff before, but it's good to understand that our community has grown so much over the last year, and it's good to remind ourselves about the principle and the power of what our first fruits offering is. So, what is first fruits? Well, first fruits first, it recognizes that God is the source of everything. Our income, our produce, our wealth. And we thank and honour Him by giving the first and the best of that income and that wealth to Him. We give to God, we put Him as priority over spending it on ourselves. Now, this is in the scripture, don't worry, I know what you're thinking, all the way through the Old and the New Testament. Let's choose one scripture to look at. Proverbs chapter 3. Honour the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. The principle here is simple. At the start of every single year, we as a community strategically set some time aside where we give the first and the best of our income and wealth to God. It is our first fruits. And this time of year is always very special because we have stories of breakthrough and change, of faith and encouragement. And I can't tell you, listen, nudge your partner or whoever's in charge of the family diary, it might be you, put this in the diary. Sunday the 3rd of February is when we will have our annual first fruits offering, and you will just be bowled over by the sense of faith in the room as people sacrifice and give the first and the best of whatever they have to God. Now, before we carry on with the rest of our day, let me just quickly tell you two things. Number one, first fruits is a statement of faith. This is not a New Year's resolution. It's a declaration to 2019 to say, when I give in faith, I believe that this mountain will move. That I'm not going to start the year in fear, worry, complacency, apathy, but I am going to plant my 2 feet believing that God can do immeasurably more than I can ask or think, and my financial gift is going to communicate that faith. It is a statement of faith despite the odds. And secondly, first fruits sets up the harvest. Let's go back to where we started in Proverbs chapter 3. Solomon writes this: honour the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing. Notice it, then your barns. See, I don't know about you in your life, but when I give, God responds. And that's what Solomon's saying. See, when we bring our first fruits, the first and the best of our income and wealth to Him, He will fill our barns to overflowing. Now, there might be some farmers listening to my voice today. Would you ever plant a seed not expecting a harvest? Gardeners, would you ever plant a seed not expecting that flower bed to grow? No, it's ridiculous. How much more can we trust God? That when we plant seeds in His garden, in His house, in His mission, that He will bring a harvest that won't just fill it, but will fill it to overflowing. We are anticipating what is to come. We are anticipating what God is doing, and we are protecting it by calling it out and by giving the first and the best of our income and wealth. So just quickly, that is what first fruits is. First fruits is where we give the first and the best of our income and wealth to God as a statement of faith and to set up the harvest to come in 2019.